Arguments are a part of life. They are inevitable and can happen anywhere, whether at home, work, or even in public spaces. We all have different opinions, and these differences can lead to disagreements. It's natural to have conflicting views, as each person brings their own experiences and perspectives to the table. When we argue, it is easy to become emotional. Our feelings can quickly take over, making it difficult to stay calm and rational. We may feel angry, defensive, or hurt. These emotions can cloud our judgment and make it hard to see the other person's point of view. This emotional reactivity can make it hard to argue effectively. When emotions run high, we might say things we don't mean or act in ways we later regret. When we're emotional, we are not thinking clearly. Our ability to reason and communicate effectively diminishes. We may say things we regret. Words spoken in anger can be hurtful and difficult to take back. We may not listen to the other person's point of view. This lack of listening can escalate the conflict and create a barrier to understanding. This can damage relationships and prevent us from resolving conflicts. Unresolved issues can linger and create long-term tension. The goal is to learn how to argue effectively. By staying calm and managing our emotions, we can have more productive discussions. We can do this by managing our emotions. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, and taking a moment to pause can help us stay centered. We also need to understand the barriers that prevent effective communication. By recognizing these barriers, we can work towards overcoming them and fostering better relationships. One significant barrier to effective argument is identity. Our identity is a complex tapestry woven from our values, beliefs, and personal experiences. It shapes how we see the world and how we interact with others. Our identity is made up of our values, beliefs, and experiences. These elements are deeply ingrained in us and influence our reactions and responses in various situations. When we argue, our identity can feel threatened. This sense of threat can be subtle or overwhelming. Depending on the context and the intensity of the argument, we may feel like the other person is attacking who we are. This perception can make us feel vulnerable and exposed, leading to a heightened emotional response. This can trigger a defensive reaction. When we feel our core identity is under attack, our natural instinct is to protect ourselves. When we are defensive, we are not open to hearing the other person's perspective. Our focus shifts from understanding to self-preservation. We are focused on proving ourselves right. This mindset can create a barrier to effective communication and resolution. This can lead to a stalemate or escalate the conflict. The more we dig in our heels, the harder it becomes to find common ground. To avoid this trap, we need to recognize when our identity is being triggered. Awareness is the first step towards managing our reactions. We need to remind ourselves that the other person is not attacking us personally. By separating our identity from the argument, we can engage more constructively and find a path to resolution. Another barrier to effective argument is a lack of appreciation. When we disagree with someone, it is easy to focus on how wrong they are. We may not take the time to understand their point of view. This lack of appreciation can fuel the conflict. To overcome this barrier, we need to practice active listening. This means really paying attention to what the other person is saying. We need to try to understand their perspective, even if we don't agree with it. And when we show the other person that we understand their point of view, it can help to de-escalate the conflict. Section 4. Building affiliation from adversaries to collaborators. A third barrier to effective argument is a lack of affiliation. This lack of connection can create a divide that makes it difficult to see eye to eye. When we don't feel connected to the person we're debating with, it becomes easier to dismiss their points and harder to find common ground. When we argue, we often see the other person as an adversary. This adversarial mindset can lead to a win-lose scenario where the goal is to defeat the other person rather than understand them. This can escalate tensions and make productive dialogue nearly impossible. We are focused on winning the argument. This focus on victory can blind us to the merits of the other person's perspective. It can also prevent us from recognizing the value in their arguments, which might actually help us reach a better solution. This adversarial approach can prevent us from finding common ground. When we are too focused on winning, we miss opportunities to build bridges and create mutual understanding. This can lead to frustration and a breakdown in communication. To overcome this barrier, we need to shift our perspective. Instead of seeing the other person as an opponent, we should view them as a collaborator. This shift in mindset can open up new possibilities for dialogue and problem solving. We need to see the other person as a partner, not an adversary. By doing so, we can create a more positive and productive environment for discussion. This partnership approach encourages mutual respect and a willingness to listen. This means focusing on finding a solution that works for both of us. It involves looking beyond our own interests and considering the needs and perspectives of the other person. This collaborative approach can lead to more innovative and effective solutions. We can do this by looking for common ground. Identifying shared goals and values can help bridge the gap between differing viewpoints. This common ground can serve as a foundation for building a more constructive dialogue. We can also ask the other person for their advice. Seeking their input shows that we value their perspective and are open to their ideas. This can foster a sense of collaboration and mutual respect, making it easier to work together towards a common goal. Section 5. Towards a more understanding world, effective argument is a skill that takes practice. By understanding the barriers to effective communication, we can start to overcome them. When we argue effectively, we can resolve conflicts peacefully. We can also build stronger relationships. Let us all strive to create a more understanding and collaborative world. A world where we listen to each other with respect. A world where we work together to find solutions that benefit everyone. It starts with each of us. Let's start today.